Rather, Glenn, investigators say it's still unclear how long these bodies may have been inside the house or why a father and husband killed his entire family. Teams of sheriff's homicide investigators combed the location around this Santa Clarita home, the scene of an apparent murder-suicide involving a family of 4. Their bodies discovered early Friday morning after investigators say officials conducted a welfare check following a call from a concerned family friend.
The husband shot and killed all 3 individuals and then turned the gun on himself.
Officials wouldn't disclose the identities of the deceased, but confirmed the man shot his wife and 2 children, a preteen son and daughter who was in her early 20s. Close friends of the family told KTLA the victims were the Berncrant family. The kids, Drew and her brother Sean, are seen in this old Facebook photo.
It's really sad, especially since the 2 kids are involved.
The shooting stunned neighbors like Scarlett Barajas, who says she went to high school with the female victim.
It's crazy because we live in such a quiet neighborhood and I didn't think it could be this close to my house. Something like this could happen.
It's devastating. It's devastating to know anybody doing this, let alone a neighbor.
Sandy Barajas, who lives next door to the victims, said she would often see the neighborhood, but added she was very private and operated a part-time daycare center out of her house. Investigators say there were no children present at the time of the shooting.
YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. This video comes straight out of California. Big shout out to all my people in Cali. You know, we have a murder-suicide. You have a triple murder-suicide. And you might ask, how do you get a triple? It's easy. You know, I ain't talking about a triple-double with the NBA or anything like that. It's basically this guy decides to kill not only his wife, his son, and his daughter, but turn around and killed himself too. That's what you call a triple murder-suicide. And I'm going to read a snippet from this story, and I will give my opinion, surely, as we go. Santa Clarita triple murder-suicide. Dad kills wife, 2 children, then self. That's a damn shame right there. I'd be mad as hell if I was the wife, the son, and the daughter. I'd be mad as hell like, Pops, you could have just offed yourself. You could have just left us here. Damn it. Now, what led Michael Berncrant, a Santa Clarita husband, shooting dead his wife, their 2 children, then self, in an apparent triple murder-suicide? What the hell is going on with people these days? Well, you got people taking out the whole family, like the guy over there in New Jersey who did basically the remix of the Amityville Horror Story, where he decides to kill his whole family. And the only people got out of there is Grandpa and the brother. You know, just like I said, when Grandpa heard that shot, he took off. The little brother peeked his head out the door, and he seen Pops running. He take off running too. And the friend that wasn't even part of the family just happened to spend the night over there, end up getting it too. Now, that's sad right there. Now, Michael Berncrant, a 51-year-old Santa Clarita, California man, has been identified as the individual who shot dead his wife with their 2 children before mortally wounding himself Friday morning at the family residence, reported authorities. What can make a person click like that? I don't know, because one thing y'all ain't gonna never hear is Trey committed suicide. And if they ever tell you my yellow ass committed suicide, somebody did it. And I advise y'all all to get into it and look into it, because I would never kill myself or do anything to hurt myself. I'm not gonna kill nothing, and I ain't gonna let nothing die. Now, friends of the family identified the murder-suicide victims as Berncrant's 47-year-old wife, Amy, and their 2 children, daughter Drew Berncrant, who is in her early 20s, and 11-year-old son Shane. Shane just started out. Amy, third of the way there. Amy in college. Sean trying to dreams of going to high school. All that shatter. And I don't understand, how do people get so damn evil and demonic? Because, like I said, you have to have a spirit on you for you to have a notion, number one, to go kill your wife, and to kill your kids, and to kill yourself. Now, most killers would kill somebody else, but they ain't gonna turn a gun and kill them damn self. I don't know if they was in financial trouble, because a lot of time when people like that, they get in financial trouble, they cannot handle it. It's something about pressure. You know, certain people can't deal with pressure, especially if the house about to get repossessed, if the car is getting repossessed. Their first notion is to kill themselves. See, a lot of us been broke our whole lives. We can deal with it. We ain't got no problem going back to the ghetto or to the hood. But a lot of them ain't never been to the hood or to the ghetto or lived in the projects. And they say, I'd rather die and come back again. Maybe I'll get it right the second time. You know, I'm not saying that's what really happened, but a lot of times that what happens is either somebody cheating, or somebody want to leave, or it's over money, or somebody wanting more money. Now, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Lieutenant Rodney Moore in a press release, said the shooting appears to be a murder-suicide in which the husband shot and killed 3 individuals and then turned the gun on himself. All were found shot in the chest in their Pacific Hills home, and a gun was located near Michael's body, according to report via KTLA. The bodies were not all in one room, but rather across different locations throughout the house, the media outlet quoted Moore saying. So all these people didn't die in the same room. Now, if anybody would have went down first, it would have been the mom, because if soon as the mom would have heard a gunshot, knowing and she realizing, okay, her motherly instincts pop in, she got to go protect her kids, right? Okay, first one she might go to is the little boy, because he'll have a harder time fending for himself being 11 next to the grown daughter that she has. Not saying that she loves anyone more than the other one, but the one I would go check on would be the youngest, then the oldest. You feel me? Because the oldest, can better properly defend himself, if you will. Now, she would be the first one to go. But I don't understand how the little boy got shot, neither, or the sister, because I'm sure, unless he went in there trying to check on mama and everything else, and I'm not telling nobody to run, but damn it, I've been running my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I would have got the hell up out that house. I'm sure my parents would have wanted me to live, except for the dad. I'm sure my mama would have wanted me to live in that situation right there. So I don't understand why a little man just didn't open that damn window and jump out, or tie some sheets together and just rope yourself down. Don't sit up there and let them get you, don't get shot in the chest. You have to sneak up on me. I'm telling you, I love to live too much to let somebody take me out like that. But anyway, I would have ran and got some help. You feel me? Now, sheriff's deputies responded to the scene of the killings in the 28800 block of Star Tree Lane, sound like a lunatic lane, at about 7 a.m. after friends of Amy's requested a welfare check at the home on Friday after not seeing her for a few days, officials said. So there's no telling how long she been dead. They said a few days, so most likely she been dead from the last time they heard of her. Heard from him, from like 2 or 3 days ago. That's very sad right there. When you thinking that somebody is alive and everything, and you know how we get to talking to some of us, and don't act like we don't. Oh, they acting funny now. They don't want to speak to me. Forget that MF and all this. Oh, they were never my friend. You know how people is. Some people, y'all laughing right now, but that shit might be some of y'all the same way. Not realizing this person can't talk, 'cause they dead. Got a whole hole in their chest like they Iron Man or somebody. Now, it is unclear how long the bodies were there or when exactly the killings happened, Moore said. Moore said investigators are not looking for a suspect and there was no indication of a break-in. Officials are still investigating if a motive could possibly be behind the slayings. Yes, it's a motive. It's a motive for everything you do. People do stuff for a reason. He just didn't walk in there and shoot his wife and kids because he loved them so much, so he had to have a motive. What was the damn motive? You know every damn thing else? Tell us that. See, I understand when it be certain groups of people, they don't divulge all the information, but let that would have been little Shanique or little Kiki or somebody like that. They'll know everything. They'll know where they were. They were shooting dice. They got into a dice fight and it owed them $1,500 already and had to pay $3,000 more back, and that came out to be $4,500. And Kiki decided to put his foot up Shaniqua ass and shit like. It's funny how they know all that, but when it comes to other people, the details are very sketchy. Sketchy my ass. You need if it's that sketchy, get an etching sketch and draw us out some. Maybe we can figure it out. Now, Santa Clarita Valley Signal reported a supposed murder weapon, a handgun, being recovered from the scene close to where the body of where the father lay dead. Because his ass did it. That's why. You feel me? Now, was he right-handed and shot himself on the left side of the head? Then you might have a suspicion. But if he's right-handed and he shot himself on the right side of the head, or if it's more than if it's more than one bullet inside his head, which would indicate, because it's quite impossible for somebody to shoot themselves in the head twice. So then you might say, okay, it was somebody else involved in this situation right here. But for one gunshot, a wound to the head, and most likely no break-in, no sign of anything like that, it's quite natural. And most, I'm not 100% sure, because it's always different circumstances, but I'm quite sure that the dad did that himself, because that's why he lay dead. Everybody else shot in his chest, he shot in the head. Think about it. Now, Michael Berncrack had a mean streak, said residents. This is one of them bastards that you see on the Lifetime channels and stuff, where you see the neighbors and everything else, and they always complain about the other neighbor's dog and go shoot the dog, or they do all kinds of stuff at their house, arguing, and you hear them over there, or they building up tall fences and telling you not to trespass, got signs all over their yard. If your dog poop, you got to scoop, all kinds of shit. So there's no telling what kind of neighbor this man was also. But for the residents to say he had a mean streak in him, you didn't think his wife knew that? You feel me? That's why you got to be careful who you getting with, because who you get with might take your happy ass up out of here. Now, neighbors and friends told KTLA Amy and the children were involved in the community and well liked, but Michael not as much. They love the kids. You know what I'm saying? The community loved the kids. They loved the wife. They couldn't stand his happy ass. Now, Amy was described as an avid runner with ABC Eyewitness News reporting the wife operated a daycare center, had a loving heart, because unless you one of these people who money hungry and abuse children, which some of these daycares do, because I did quite a few videos on them, you know, if you're not that type of person, you're the opposite, which means she loved children. She had a naturally given spirit. And, you know, and she was truly be missed by people who need people around her. Need people like her around them, you know, who loves to give, who loves to help out with children. And if we have more people with that type of spirit instead of Michael's spirit, you know, the world will be a better place. Now, Amy's Corner from the home. That was the name of the daycare, Amy's Corner. No children were present at the time of the killings. A law enforcement official confirmed. Michael drove for movie studios and didn't speak with neighbors much. They said neighbors went on to say Burkert had a mean streak. Now, if he drove for movie studios, you think something that got on him, one of them spirits or a curse or something, or he was doing some kind of ritual? I don't know. Now, it's devastating to know of anybody doing this, let alone a neighbor, said Sandy Barraras, who lives nearby. Other neighbors also expressed shock and dismay at the killings in the normally quiet and pleasant, well-to-do community, as they now struggle to understand what led to one man gunning down his family, then himself. That's what I want to know right there. What can make a person, you show him he's like running in marathons. They show him at Disney World, Disneyland, taking pictures all happy and everything. But like I said, this on the outside looking in. But when you really get in deep into these people's lives, you will see everything and always what it seems, you know. So we can't really say why he did it or was his motive. It really don't matter. The point is he done it. You feel me? And he done one of the worst things, if not the worst thing that you could do to a person, is take their life. If you're miserable, or if you got yourself in trouble, or you done made some kind of commitment to these studios or whatever else, that's for you to go through with. If you're not happy, kill yourself. Don't sit up here and go kill nobody else because you're miserable. That's what I don't understand. That's what I don't like about these stories right there myself, because, you know, if you have so much pain and aggression, the little boy didn't look like he had any pain or aggression. The daughter in college happily living her life, and the wife, you know, she probably dealing with it all, knowing, you know, that her husband is a psycho. So everybody else had a good time living life except for this man right here. And the woman stuck with him because she loved him. And this what love will get you. Love will get you put in the graveyard fast, because one thing about it, you got to think not only for that man, you got to think for yourself and for your children. Separate yourself from people when they start getting too out of line like that, because I'm sure there was signs. Like I always tell you all, it's always warning before destruction. But let me know what you all think about this video. And it's very sad that these people lost their lives over the main man who's supposed to be protecting them. How you going to be the protector of the house when you killed everybody in the house? That don't make any sense right there. Let me know what you all think. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like, subscribe. Till next time, y'all stay blessed, stay vigilant, and stay woke. I'm out.